The sound still echoes in my head. Metal crunching, plastic splintering, my daughter's scream cutting through the air as if someone had torn the sky open, and then my sister's voice, cold, cruel. That should be a lesson for her. She stood over the broken bike with a hammer dangling from her hand like a trophy. My 6-year-old's eyes were wide, tears streaming down her cheeks. My mother crossed her arms, lips pursed in satisfaction. "You shouldn't have bought it for her," she added. "You spoil her." In that moment, I felt something inside me harden. But I didn't scream, I didn't lunge. I just smiled because I knew something they didn't. Their lesson would cost them far more than a bicycle. I wasn't always like this. Once I wanted my family's approval more than air. My sister and I grew up sharing clothes, secrets, even dreams. I thought blood meant loyalty. I thought my mother's silence during those years of insults was indifference, not malice. But slowly patterns emerged. Every small success I had was mocked. Every step forward was dragged back. When I bought my daughter that bike, her first real taste of freedom, I should have known they'd find a way to poison it. Still, even knowing their nature, I didn't expect the hammer. It wasn't just about the bike, it was about control. They wanted me small, dependent, powerless. And my daughter, she was just collateral in their war. I knelt beside her, brushed her hair back, whispered, "Don't cry. Mommy's got this." Then I stood, faced my sister, and let the smile spread across my face. "You just gave me the evidence I needed," I said. Her face drained of color. My mother's arms loosened. For the first time they looked unsure. They didn't know I had been preparing. Months before, I'd installed cameras around the house, silent witnesses to every sneer, every shove, every whispered scheme against me and my child. They thought their cruelty was invisible. They thought it lived only between walls, only in our memories. They were wrong. That day the footage was crystal clear. My sister, hammer raised. My mother complicit. My daughter screaming. I didn't call the police that night. That would have been too easy, too public. I wanted something quieter, more surgical. I wanted them to feel the slow tightening of the noose, to watch their lives unravel strand by strand. The next morning I visited a lawyer. Property lines, inheritance documents, custody clauses. I pulled every file, every scrap of leverage. My mother had debts hidden behind her smugness. My sister's husband had no idea of the gambling addiction she funded with borrowed money from our parents' accounts. I fed the truth where it would hurt most. An anonymous tip to her husband. Copies of the videos sent to certain relatives who always doubted my side of the story. Screenshots delivered with perfect timing. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't lift a hand. I just set the pieces on the board and watched them move. The collapse came quicker than I expected. Her husband left within weeks, taking the kids with him. My mother, desperate to shield her favorite, tried to cover the financial holes, only to expose her own fraud in the process. Neighbors began whispering, relatives stopped calling, and every time my sister tried to blame me, people asked the same question: "Why did you smash your niece's bike?" The hammer became her symbol, a single act she could never wash away. But the real confrontation came months later. She showed up at my door, eyes hollow, voice ragged. "You ruined me," she spat. I let her words hang in the air. I stepped outside, closed the door behind me so my daughter wouldn't hear. "No," I said quietly. "You ruined yourself. I just stopped cleaning up after you." Her lips trembled. For once she had no retort. Now my daughter rides a new bike down the street, her laughter trailing behind her like sunlight. Every pedal forward is proof that I chose differently, that I broke the cycle they tried to chain me to. And when I think back to that day when the hammer fell and their laughter burned, I don't feel anger anymore. I feel satisfaction, because the truth is, revenge wasn't smashing something they loved. Revenge was showing them I didn't need them anymore. Revenge was letting their own cruelty consume them. They taught me a lesson that day, but not the one they intended. And I'll never forget the look on their faces when I smiled and said that one sentence. The sentence that turned their world upside down. "You just gave me the evidence I needed."